Hi, I'm Jacob, and today we're going to talk about arcs using Sisu Lab. Arcs are great when you want to move in a circular motion where you're not necessarily orbiting around a specific central point. For example, you might want to create somewhat of a corkscrew effect where you're starting wider and then coming in tighter while moving around the subject. There's also much more flexibility in what you do with your target, and so arcs are kind of like orbits, but with more flexibility. All right, let's jump into it. So for this move, what I want to do is start wide on our subject here, and then as I revolve around him, I want to also be coming closer to him at the same time. Okay, so let's get into kind of a wide position here. Say out here. Set our target kind of close to his nose there. Cool. Now, before I add this keyframe, I'm also going to want to make sure that I have my target set up correctly, that I have the focus where it needs to be. Okay, so come to the focus page, and we'll make sure I get focus up. And you know what? I actually want to make sure this is very precise so that my target's in the right spot. So I'm going to measure from the sensor out to his nose, and that's about 37, 36 and a half. So we'll go ahead and set our focus right to about 36 and a half. Perfect. Okay, so now that I'm in the first position for my arc, I'm ready to add the arc. Okay, so I come down to add move, select arc, and it pops up this wizard. Now, what I need to do is move around the arc and add keyframes 2 and 3. I've already saved keyframe 1 for my arc. It's where I currently am. And now I need to add keyframes 2 and 3. So I'm going to move camera. In this case, I'm going to use the joystick, kind of jog around. And we'll go ahead and pan the camera. So I'm looking back at our subject here. So this second keyframe is now, it is important because it's going to tell me kind of how far I am away from the subject at this point in time. Maybe I want to kind of come over here and cool. So let's say I like that. I'm not going to worry too much about the focal distance because I will set that later. And then we'll come over to the side here and end as close as we can get to Weston here without going past our minimum focus. And go ahead and tilt down as well. So we're looking closer to there. And I can click to change my focus while I'm in this page. Okay, that's pretty good. Cool. So let's say that's my final keyframe. We'll go ahead and set that position, and then I can add it. Okay, cool. So what you'll notice is that I've actually got 2 keyframes in the target channel. One is the initial target keyframe, and then the last one is the final one. I have the flexibility to change those, just as I would with any target path. I can create how the target moves separate from the arc that the camera takes. Cool, but let's go ahead and keep that synced and let's run this. So let's see what this looks like. So I'm gonna run it backwards so I don't run through my subject. Cool, so let's look at that on the previs so you can kind of see what's happening here. So from a top view, we can see that even though our targets are here, that's not the center of rotation. The center of rotation is just defined by those 3 points that I created, creating the arc. So I can do lots of different things with the target channel. I can move them around wherever I want them to be. But in general, this is how you're going to create circular motion with your camera while it's not fixed on a central orbit point.